Hey guys, Matt here with another video. If you are new here, welcome and hope you enjoy. If you're returning, thank you for returning. So today we're going to be looking at another game. And I did one of these videos before with Forza Motorsport 4. So it's on my channel if you want to take a look at it. This game today, which isn't a game that most people don't know about, is Grid Autosport. And it's made by Codemasters. And this game came out, I didn't see a single commercial or anything online. It's kind of one of those silent releases. And I have the limited black edition, which is pretty cool. So the back of the box says, as you can see right there, there's all these different racing things: touring, GT, open wheel, street racing, drift, time attack, prototypes, lightweights, custom tunes, sport tunes, authentic handling, This is Autosport. So the black pack that I have on it gives me the SLS AMG Coupe Black Series, which is that right there. Black Edition White Raven West liveries, 20 Black Edition online rivalry patterns, and 10 new premium sponsors with objectives. And it's rated E for everyone. Where'd that go? It's rated E for everyone. There really isn't a concern. So let's pop this puppy in. So as the game loads up here, I'll talk a little bit more about the game. So on the box, the back of the box, it said that there are several different types of racing. And this game is very similar to Forza Motorsport 4. And it's similar in the way that you're racing normal cars on a track, but there's a lot more race cars in this game than Forza has. A lot more unique ones, I should say. They have some overlap, but... So here we go. Now, I'm not here to show you gameplay. I'm here to show you features of the game. If you want to look at gameplay, you can look at gameplay online. I don't have that capability. I wish I did, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? So we're going to go to career.
Welcome back, Tank. If you're feeling a bit out of practice, then have a look at custom race to get back into the swing of things.
So here's career progress. Each of these are different disciplines, which I will go into here in just a second. Okay, so here's the 5 disciplines: touring, endurance, open wheel, tuner, and street. Now, I'll go through each one. So, touring. Touring has several different ones. The main 3 are Cat C, Cat B, and Cat A. Which Cat C is the first one you start out with. The Chevy Cruze touring car, BMW 320 touring car, Ford Focus ST touring car, and the Honda Civic touring car. Now, on this one, all 4 of them are computable, but really it's split up into 2. You have the Honda Civic and the Focus, which are both the smaller hatchbacks. And then you have the 320 and the Chevy Cruze touring car, which are the bigger cars. And it makes for fun, whichever one you get. Cat B has the Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG and the Audi RS5. They're very similar, too. Cat A has the Peugeot 408 and the ADC, which, as you can see by the statistics, are basically the same car. Then they have Super UTEs, Super Tours, and then some other classic ones. The classic ones are throwbacks in the middle of these 3. So this is like level 1, level 2, and level 3, if you want to think about it. Or tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Some other ones are like the Super UTEs, which are the Ford and the Holden ones, which are racing trucks. If you're in the racing trucks, I'd suggest driving them, but other than that, I wouldn't, because they're not fun to control, in my opinion. And then there's the Holden Commodore. Now we'll go to Endurance. In Endurance, like the other one, there's the GT Group 2, Group 1, and Ultimate. And then there's also the Shelby Cup GT40 and 787B, which are thrown in the middle. The Endurance Group 2, which is the one you start on at, you start by getting offers for the 12C GT3 and the Aston Martin V12 Zagato. The best guys use either the Audi R8 Le Mans or the SLS AMG GT3. For this one, it's kind of a dead giveaway. There's the GTR Nismo and the HSV, and obviously, as you can see with the statistics, the HSV is way better. It's much better. And then we get into GT Ultimate, which, kind of like Open Wheel, which I'll show you in a second, there's only one car. Which makes for some fun driving. Open Wheel. I like Open Wheel, it's my favorite one. Formula C, B, and A, which kind of represents 3, 2, and 1. So Formula 3, which, as you saw right there, was my car that I have, but is Delara F312, which is actually the one they do use. For Formula B, they have the Lola B0552, which is the one they used to use. I think they retired it now. And then Formula A is actually IndyCar, not Formula 1. And the reason why that is because Codemasters make all the F1 20XX games, like 2013, 2012. And then they also have some super lightweights and whatnot. So now we have Tuner. That's really bright. So Tuner's got a lot, and they're all valid. Super Modified is one of them. Get those 3 cars. The first one we start with is muscle, though. Chevrolet Camaro SS, Ford Mustang Boss 302, and the Dodge Challenger SR8 392. They also have a classic muscle one, which is the Dodge Challenger RT and the Plymouth AAR CUDA. Now these are race cars. They're not the actual muscle cars. They are actual muscle cars, but they're been racified. Now with these, this is a dual field. I forgot to mention that. This is a dual field, unlike the first 2 I showed you. So you'll be racing along with those drift cars, which can range between these 3. I'm sorry, I meant there's also drift as well. You're racing JDM cars as well. And then there's modifieds, which are the upgraded version. The drift cars, which I'll show you the C2 drift. I'll show you the Mazda RX-7. Drift tuned. This one you really don't race on the track. It's drift tuned. Pitch the car sideways, just like drifting. And we have street. Street's where it's most like Forza Motorsport 4. As you have several cups in here, and as you can see, several different fields. In this one, again, you have multiple fields. The first one is the Ford Focus ST, Volkswagen Golf R, and Mini Cooper John Works Grand Prix. That's your first field you get in. The second one is Coupe, depending on where you are from. 1 Series M Coupe, Subaru, and the Honda Integra. And I'll show you the sponsors in just a second. There's also a performance one, M3 Coupe, RS5, and then GT, SL65, Jaguar, Alpha, and an Aston. And then you have the supercar hypercar. If you're wondering the difference, a supercar is like a Viper or an Aston or McLaren 12C or many of these cars, which, as you can see here, is the vehicle that they gave you in the black pack. And then a hypercar is like a Veyron, or personal favorite, Koenigsegg R. So, when it comes to sponsors, when it comes to teams like Liqui Moly, you have sponsorship objectives. I will show you one in just a second. So currently I'm doing the International Endurance Series, which is a 33rd season Endurance GT Group 1, 1 of 2, 1 race. So this is it's the fourth event in the Endurance Series, but it's the first one that you get in the second event. So I'll give you a little bit of gameplay here.
Let's start as we mean to go on and get a result here.
I'm right there.
There's a buzz surrounding this guy. Finish ahead of him.
Now there's rivals in this game, kind of like the if you've ever played the F1 games. So there's ability to drive, which I've already completed qualifying, tuning, upgrades, and then there's rules. Each one has unique rules, which if you want to know about them, all you have to do is just go to the event rules and read about them. It's a lot of reading to do. So team objectives. So each team has two main objectives. So mine is finish 10th or above in the Drivers' Championship and finish 6th or above in the Team Championship. Kind of like the Constructors' Cup and the Drivers' Cup, Formula One. Now they also have 6 smaller objectives, which are the sponsors on the car. So the first one is Liqui Moly, which is the team. Finish ahead your teammate endurance event. Next one, Potenza, which is the one that's written on the top of the car. Right there. 32 miles in endurance event. The next one, which is written on the spoiler, see if I can find it. Nope. Set the fastest lap in an endurance race. Hans, finish higher than 12th in an endurance race. Lead a lap. And a final one, beat both Monster Energy racing drivers. So each team has those different challenges. And there are many different teams, which I'll show you all the teams here in a sec. So I'm going off of GT Ultimate right now. The first team is Raven West, which they're the best. They're like the best in the game. They don't exist. The rest of them actually do. Oakley Motorsport. Liqui Moly, which you just saw me driving a second ago. Next one is Team Kicker. Monster Energy Racing. Cusco Racing. K&N Motorsport. Forge Motorsport, and Razor Motorsport. Another one that was not mentioned in here is Intel, but they do not have that one for that event. So, that's the game. Leave a like if you enjoyed, I guess. Subscribe if you like me. If you don't, then hey, don't. You don't have to, but it's always appreciated. I'm out for now. See you later.